You know what I realized? I'm too nice on you guys. I do way too much nice things to help you guys out. Maybe I should start being a mean teacher. I start giving you a lot of homework and no help. All I do every single day, I swear to God, every single day comes around and I have a bunch of students asking me the same questions.
Asking all the questions.
Bro, you know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and just be very don't ask me no more questions like that, bro. Matter of fact, I can't say that because that's not cool. How about you guys, when it comes to the whole, the homework and stuff oh, mister, I put this in and it marked it wrong. Don't ask me those questions no more. I got it. I get it. I'm gonna look it over. If you got it wrong, you act like I'm just gonna take what's there and grade it. I'm just gonna give you the... It's a good idea. But no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna look at your quiz and overlook it and or your homework and see if you actually did the right work or whatever the case and see if you got the right answer. Now, if you didn't put a degree sign by accident or a pi sign or your pi came out like an N, I don't know why that happened. If your pi comes out looking like an N or whatever the case is, I'm gonna fix it. Y'all relax. Y'all are bugging. Side note, there's a lot of y'all who are not doing your work. I need y'all to do your work, bro. I'm gonna start giving y'all zeros. Y'all think I'm playing. Don't try me, I ain't no sample. Y'all done told y'all that for the rest of the year. Y'all know that. Y'all stay trying me, bro. My guy. Oh! Okay, guys, what's up? How you guys doing today? Today's another wonderful day, another beautiful week. As you can tell, today we're gonna be learning how to convert your radians to degrees and then get your reference angle and then turn that back into a radian. So basically, I'm taking everything we learned last week and putting it into one big old lesson today. All right? So now, the reference angles, the beginning of the reference angles you guys need to worry about are very, very simple ones, and I'll go over them right now. Where's my mark at? Alright, so back to the moment at hand. Alright, so like I said before, we're gonna worry about reference angles, converting them from radians to degrees, solving, converting it back to a radian, alright? So the first set of radians you gotta worry about are these. Okay? Now, these basic radians you're gonna understand. You're gonna have 5 pi over 3, 4 pi over 3, 2 pi over 3. What do they have in common? Pi over 3, right? So therefore, all these right here, their reference angle, right? The reference angle is going to be pi over 3, okay? It just happens to work out that way, all right? Because if you were to solve this, this is 180. 180 divided by 3 is 60. 5 times 60 is 300. If you subtract 360 from 300, you get 60 degrees. Well, pi over 3 is what? 60 degrees, right? Makes sense, right? So the same thing here, you're going to get right here. You're going to get 5 pi over 6, 7 pi over 6, 11 pi over 6, all right? And all these, the reference angle is, you guessed it, pi over 6, okay? Now this one here, you're gonna get 3 pi over 4, 5 pi over 4, 7 pi over 4, and what's the reference angle? You got it, it's gonna be pi over 4, okay? These are the reference angles right here, all right? Now just make sure you understand this. This here equals this here equals this here equals, these are all your reference angles that come into just understanding they're all fall into the same category, all right? Now, what happens if I get a reference angle that you don't see on your unit circle, right? A set of radians you don't see on your unit circle, right? Example, 2 pi over 5, all right? Let's say I just wipe this board down. I don't know, let's see if it's dry enough. All right, here we go. So if I give you the example, 2 pi over 5, right? If I see 2 pi over 5, oh, it's the whip. All right, so if I give you 2 pi over 5, right? And I say I want you to find the reference angle of this term here, all right? The first thing we're gonna try to convert this into a degree, all right? So therefore, I have to multiply this by 180 over pi, correct? Where the pi's cancel, okay? Now, you can multiply, right? Which I think we should do, right? We can multiply. So you're gonna go ahead and multiply, so you're gonna get 360 divided by 5, okay? Now, if you guys do your math right, 360 divided by... What is that? Never mind. Now, if you do your math right, 360 divided by 360 divided by 5 is 72, all right? So what you're gonna get here, you're gonna get 72 here. 72 degrees, okay? Now, if I was to find this on the graph here, I draw this out on the graph, you're gonna get a point here, all right? This is not dry yet, I don't know why. All right, so 72 degrees, if this is This is 0, this is 90, right? This is 180, all right? And this is 270, right? All right, now if I'm looking for 72 degrees, you're probably looking like right around like right here, right? Let's get 72 degrees right there, right? Now being that it is in quadrant 1, we don't need to do any math. It just stays as it is. So therefore the reference angle, right, is 72 degrees, right? But I want to transfer, now I want to try to convert this back into radians. I don't need to worry about it because being that we just converted from radians to a degree and we didn't have to do nothing for it, it stays as is, right? It stays as is. So therefore, the reference angle of this 2 pi over 5 is still 2 pi over 5 in this example. Now, what if I was to give you the example, 11 pi over, no, that's not gonna work. Negative 11 pi over 15. Let's go with that one. Right, so let me give you example here, negative 11 pi over 15. All right, now I want to convert this to a degree and then solve it and then convert it back into a radians, right? So like I said before, you're gonna multiply this by 180 over pi, all right, where the pi's cancel, okay? Now you can break this down even further. All right, now you're gonna multiply everything over here. So it's gonna be negative 11, right? Negative 11 times, right, 18 over 15, correct? You can, 180. All right, so then you're gonna break this down even more, all right? So you can get negative 11 times, now 18 breaks down to 18 times 10, all right? So you're gonna get 18 times 10 over 15, right? And then from this, you can break this down to negative 11, times 6 times 3 times 5 times 2. 15 breaks down to 3 times 5, okay? Now, you can cancel this here. These cancel, these cancel. Whoa, all right. They cancel there together. So then negative 11 times 6 is negative 66. Negative 66 times 2 is negative 132. Negative 132, right? So you're gonna get negative 132, right? So we have to turn that into a positive coterminal angle, all right? So therefore we have to add 360 to that, all right? Now when you add 360 to here, you're going to get 228 degrees, all right? If I'm correct, 228 degrees, all right? So once you get from there, you're gonna get 228 degrees from right there, right? So now we find 228 degrees here, all right? Now we're gonna try to shift it, find it on the graph here. So 228 degrees, you're looking here. This is 90, 180, 228 is like right here, all right? So we wanna find the degrees between here because it lies in quadrant 3, okay? So we're trying to find what angle this is, that reference angle here, okay? So now we're gonna get 228 minus 180, okay? 228 minus 180, if you do your math right, you're looking at 48 degrees, right? So it should be 48 degrees, okay? Now we want to turn, now we found our reference angle. This is our reference angle here, 48 degrees. But what we have to do now is, okay, so this is maybe, let me step 1, step 2, all right, step 3, step 4, all right, this is step 5 right here, okay. All right, now what we're gonna do, we're gonna turn this back into a radian, all right? So now I have to multiply this entire thing by pi over 180, right? So you're gonna get 48 times pi, 48 over 1 times pi over 180, okay? Now, 48 breaks down to 6 times 8, okay? 180, you can break down that again into 18 times 10 again, right? All right, so you're gonna get here, you're gonna get, I'm running out of space here, but what you're gonna get, 48 goes in, this is 6 times 8, that's 48 here, right? And then this one is 18 times 10. So let me just break down that there, right there, right? Okay, now, what I can do here, I can break this down even further if I wanted to, all right? So I could keep it like this, 6 times 4 times 2. I'm gonna keep the 6 here and I'll tell you that for a reason. All right, times pi, right? Over 6 times 3 times 5 times 2, right? 5 times 2 is 10, 6 times 3 is 18. All right, 6 stays as it is, and 4 times 2 is 8, all right? Where now I can cancel the 6's, they're gone. I can cancel the 2's, they're gone. So now the only thing I have to do is combine everything together. So 4 times pi is 4 pi, and then 5 times 3 is 15. So the actual reference angle of negative 11 pi over 15 is 4 pi over 15. It's a bit of a long step, but it's step 5, and this is step 6 right here. Step 6 is all this here. All right. I know it's a bit lengthy, but this one specifically was a little bit lengthy. But I'll give you guys another example where you guys can do it, and then from there, videos, it's done.
Last example.
Final example. All right. 7 pi over 10. All right. What if I give you guys example here? 7 pi over 10. Okay? And I said I want to convert this to a degree, then figure it out, get the reference angle, convert that reference angle back into a radian. All right? So now we're going to multiply this by 180 over pi, okay? Where these pi's cancel, all right? Now you're left with 7 times 18 times 10 divided by 10. All right, 180 breaks down to 18 times 10. All right, the 10 cancel. Okay, now if I multiply 7 times 18, you're gonna get 126. Yeah, 126 if you want to do the math right here. Or maybe if you have the calculator, I don't know, do the calculator work too. You get a 6 right here, sorry, a 6 right here. You're gonna get 55 right here. So 7 times 1 is 7, plus 5 is 126, right? Yeah, so 126 degrees. So at least we know that this equals 126 degrees. Okay, now I want to take this and I want to solve it. Now if I draw it in the graph here, that's a small graph. Yeah, it's a small graph, that's fine. So 126, you get 0, you get 90 here. 90 to 126, you're probably looking at like right here, I'm guessing. All right, so you're gonna get 126 degrees right there. Okay, now we notice it's a quadrant 2, so we're gonna take that, or we'll take 180 and subtract it from 126. So you should get 180 minus 126. That should give you, what, 54 degrees? Okay, 54 degrees right there. All right, so we know 54 degrees is our reference angle. So our reference angle is 54 degrees, okay? Now I wanna take 54 degrees and I wanna convert it back into a radian to give me my answer, right? So now you're gonna take 54, all right? And then you're gonna multiply over 1, and then you're gonna multiply that by what? 180, pi over 180, sorry. Pi over 180, right guys? So 54, you know that can break down into 2 different numbers, right? What number? Let me get my calculator. Let me teach you with an old man calculator. Look at that. It's not a joke, I'm not old. All right, so we take 54, we'll divide it by what, 3? You're gonna get 18. Okay, perfect. So we're gonna get 18, all right? So let's use that. So this will break down to 18 times 3 times pi over 18 times 10, okay? Now if you notice, 18's cancel. Now the only thing we can do is convert this now back, well, just combine this 2 and then just leave it as it is. So now you're gonna get 3 pi over 10. So the reference angle for 7 pi over 10 is 3 pi over 10. And that is your final answer, all right? Now, like I said, guys, I do have homework for you guys. Just let me know if you have any questions on it, and I'll go ahead and take care of that for you. Thank you, Mom, for closing the door, because I forgot to close the door. I will have homework for you guys, all right? So pay attention to that. It's based on this, all right? So I think it's relatively easy, but I don't know how you guys are gonna take it, all right? And sometimes, look, it may take a little more effort. But I'll go ahead and put up homework for today on it, and then tomorrow, if you want homework, just let me know how you guys find the homework, and I'll probably put up another video either relating to this or continue to the next side, all right? To the next part of the lesson, all right? So you guys have a great day, enjoy your day, and then, you know, ik sta Brianski.
What's good? Yo, dog, understand me, say? Understand me, attack.